Finally, God is exposing your son. Your son is. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says the time of waiting is over. What was hidden is being uncovered. What you sense deep in your soul, what haunted your nights but couldn't be spoken out loud, is now being brought to the surface. No more pretending. No more delay. No more questions that go unanswered. Finally, God is exposing your son. Yes, your son. And the truth that is about to be revealed will shake the ground beneath your feet. This is not a message of judgment, it is a message of divine truth. A message of painful mercy. A message so shocking that even the angels have bowed in silence at its delivery. Your son is, and then the silence came. The kind of silence that roars louder than thunder. You feel it now, don't you? That tightening in your chest. That strange chill that moved through your spine as soon as those words appeared. That's not fear. That is your soul recognizing the truth before your mind can accept it. Because deep down, a part of you always knew. You just didn't want to believe it. But God says the season of denial is over. It's time to face what has been covered in shadows. It's time to pull back the veil. Because this exposure is not to destroy you, it is to deliver you. Your son has been hiding something. Not for weeks. Not for months. For years. And God watched in silence, hoping he would turn away from the darkness. God sent dreams. God sent messengers. God even caused divine delays in his life so he could reflect, repent, return. But every time the opportunity came, he hardened his heart. He silenced his conscience. He smiled with you while hiding entire worlds of secrets behind his eyes. And now, heaven has made its decision. God says, I'm no longer shielding the truth. I'm exposing it. Not to hurt you, but to heal you. You can't believe this is happening. You can't believe that the one you prayed for, protected, raised with care, could be connected to something this heavy. But you must understand, God is not punishing you. He is rescuing you. The truth about your son will feel like betrayal. It will feel like heartbreak. But in truth, it is your liberation. Because what your son is tied to is spiritually dangerous. It is draining your blessings. It is attaching your household to unseen curses. And God has declared, no more. Your son is not the boy you remember. The sweet child you held in your arms, the laughter you used to hear down the hallway, the little hands that once reached for you in trust, they still exist in memory, but something changed. The enemy saw his destiny early. The enemy saw the power inside him. And that darkness started working in silence. It used people. It used pain. It used wrong doors. And eventually, your son allowed something into his spirit that should have never entered. He started walking down paths that looked harmless, but were rooted in deception. He started speaking words that sounded normal, but carried hidden intentions. He became someone that even you, his own parent, could no longer fully understand. You noticed it, didn't you? The sudden distance. The way he avoids eye contact. The strange attitude shifts. The secretive phone calls. The friends he won't talk about. The days where his energy feels heavy, his smile feels forced, his heart feels unreachable. That's not just a phase. That's not just emotional rebellion. That's spiritual occupation. Something is in him that was never meant to be there. And God is tired of watching your heart break in silence. You can't believe this truth. But you have to. Because the truth is not coming from the world, it's coming from God. And God does not lie. He is not exposing your son to shame him. He is exposing your son to save him. This is a final warning. A final window of mercy. A final divine interruption before things go too far. If you love him, you will listen. If you want to see his soul saved, you will not run from this revelation. Because what he is involved in goes deeper than you think. It's not just behavior. It's not just confusion. It's a spiritual infection that has been growing like a silent disease. And if it is not dealt with now, it will consume him. It will destroy his relationships. It will collapse his purpose. And eventually, it will pull others down with him. You've asked God for answers. You've cried into pillows. You've prayed in locked rooms. You've whispered into the night, "Lord, is my son okay? Is something wrong?" You felt guilt for asking. You didn't want to seem paranoid. But your spirit knew. The divine part of you that hears beyond words, that feels beyond the surface, was already picking up on it. And now, God is confirming what your spirit already sensed. Yes. Something is wrong. Yes. It's deeper than you knew. Yes. Time is running out. But hear this, this is not the end. This is the beginning of divine transformation. If you can accept this truth, if you can confront what God is revealing instead of hiding from it, miracles can begin. God can break the chains. He can remove the darkness. He can restore what was stolen. But he will not do it in silence anymore. This time, he is making it public. He is shining a light so bright that nothing can be hidden again. You will be shocked at what is revealed. You will weep when you hear the confessions. You will shake when the full truth comes out. Because it will not just involve your son, it will connect to people you never expected. Friends. Family. authority figures, relationships that you thought were pure. This exposure is wide. And God says it has to be, because the roots go deep. But when it's over, you will walk in freedom. Your household will be clean. Your spiritual atmosphere will shift. And your son, if he repents, will become a testimony of radical deliverance. But first, the exposure must happen. God says, do not interfere with it. Do not beg me to pause. Do not try to soften the blow. It has to happen this way. Because truth is the only medicine that can cut deep enough to remove this infection. You love him. That's why it hurts. But real love allows the surgery when the disease becomes deadly. And God is performing divine surgery on your household now. You may notice things changing rapidly. A sudden argument. A slip of the tongue. A message you weren't supposed to see. A friend who suddenly tells you something shocking. A confrontation that brings out tears. These are not coincidences. These are orchestrated by heaven. These are divine setups. The Holy Spirit is pulling back the curtain with divine force. Your job is to not look away. Don't explain it away. Don't fall into denial. Don't blame yourself. Simply trust God and obey His instructions. When the moment comes, you'll know what to say. The words will be given to you. The strength will fall upon you like a wave. And the love in your heart will turn from pain to power. You are not alone in this. The angels are surrounding your home even now. Archangel Michael has been dispatched. Gabriel has been sent to confirm the message. The Holy Spirit is whispering clarity into your ears. You are not abandoned. You are being equipped. This is war, but it is also breakthrough. Your son's soul is being fought for. Heaven refuses to let him go without a fight. And you are the chosen intercessor. You were selected to carry the light into this darkness. And you will not fail. So weep if you must. But weep with strength. Let the tears water the seeds of healing. Let the sorrow birth your spiritual authority. Because you are not the victim in this story, you are the prophet. You are the deliverer. You are the mother or father that God trusted with divine sight. And your obedience will unlock generations of freedom. You can't believe this is happening. But it is. And God has chosen now because the timeline can no longer be delayed. Something urgent is approaching. And if this exposure does not happen now, greater pain is coming. But God says, because I love you, I'm doing it now. Because I have chosen you, I'm revealing it now. Because I want to save him, I'm shaking your world now. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Prepare yourself. The truth is coming fast. And it will be undeniable. Your son will be revealed. But so will your strength. So will your purpose. So will your legacy. What the enemy meant to bury you with, God will use to bless you. And one day, you will look back on this moment, not with sorrow, but with awe. You will say, I didn't think I could survive this. But God carried me. And your son, if he surrenders, will become a beacon for others trapped in similar darkness. Finally, God is exposing your son. And while you can't believe it now, you will understand it later. And when you do, you will thank God for every tear, for every sleepless night, for every unanswered question, because they led you to the truth. And the truth has set your household free. This message for you is not ordinary. It was whispered through realms unseen, carried by winds no man can tame, written in the eternal script of heaven. If your spirit trembles while reading this, let it. What is being revealed now has been hidden for far too long. Not because you were blind, but because the heavens needed time to arrange the moment. And the moment is now. A great unveiling is beginning. Something sacred is being unraveled before your very eyes. The truth was never lost, it was covered in layers of confusion and silence. And now, the cover is lifting, and what you thought you understood is about to be rewritten. Finally, God is exposing your son. Your son is. You can't believe what has been revealed in the unseen realms. You felt it, didn't you? Deep down in places no words could reach, there was always a mystery surrounding him. A quiet cry behind his smile. A silence too loud for you to ignore. There were nights you stared at the ceiling, asking heaven, is something wrong? Or am I imagining things? But it wasn't your imagination. It was divine intuition. There is something your son has been hiding, not out of rebellion, but because he feared what the truth might cost. He has wrestled with emotions too vast for his age, questions too complex for his mouth to shape. And heaven has been watching, not with anger, but with profound, unshakable compassion. This message is not here to shame or accuse. It's here to unveil, to heal, to reveal what love looks like when it is unconditional, when it is divine. There is something your son is carrying, something that does not belong to him. It was passed down, given, imposed. A burden that grew roots in his soul before he even had words to describe it. But heaven is intervening now. Because the story is about to change. There is a stranger, one you do not know, who is holding a truth that concerns him. A voice that will appear suddenly, unexpectedly, and you must listen. It may come in the form of a letter, a dream, a face that seems unfamiliar yet oddly familiar. This person was sent. Not just to bring news, but to unlock a door that's been closed in your family for generations. Your son is not broken. He is not lost. He is chosen. But he cannot become what he is meant to be until this truth is faced. There were tears he cried as a child you never saw. Words he swallowed when the room fell silent. He has worn masks to protect you, thinking if he carried the weight alone, you could be free. But it broke him inside. Not all at once, but slowly, silently. Yet he kept smiling, didn't he? Kept pretending. Kept trying. And heaven saw it all. Heaven heard the prayers he never prayed out loud. He thought no one would understand. He thought even you might walk away if he spoke the whole truth. But the time for hiding has ended. What has been silent will now be spoken. And when it is, your heart will ache, not with shame, but with the beauty of recognition. The holy ache of seeing the truth and choosing to love deeper anyway. I have seen what he carries. I have not turned my face. I am with him in the places he cannot speak of. I am unraveling the knots in his soul. I am breathing light into the dark corners of his story. And I have chosen you not to judge him, but to be the one who will love him into healing. This is not an accident. This is divine intervention. You were chosen as his parent because your soul contains a key. A spiritual fingerprint that matches his inner code. No one else could walk beside him in this storm like you. That's why heaven is revealing this now. Because the time for pretending is over. The time for truth and restoration has come. There are moments in life when everything stands still. When the veil is lifted, and you see things for what they are, not what you wanted them to be. And yet in that seeing, you find a power you never knew you had. You are in such a moment now. Don't run from it. Don't rush through it. Let it teach you. Let it remake you. Heaven is whispering this with urgency, not fear. There is nothing to fear when truth is wrapped in divine hands. You were made for this unveiling. You were born to carry this revelation, not as a burden, but as a crown. Your love has always been fierce. But now it must become holy. Now it must become fire. A shift is coming in your household. The energy will change. The atmosphere will tremble. What was hidden will become light. And though it may shock you at first, it will not break you. It will wake you. And in that waking, love will bloom in places you never imagined possible. A meeting is being prepared. Two people will say things you never expected to hear. Their words will tremble, but they will be honest. Listen not only with your ears, but with your soul. There will be a moment when you look into your son's eyes, and you will realize, he has been waiting for you to truly see him. And in that seeing, everything will change. You will be asked to forgive. Not because you were wronged, but because your forgiveness will set both of you free. There is power in your voice. There is healing in your hands. Use them. Speak life. Touch with gentleness. Let your son feel the kind of safety only a parent can give. You have prayed for transformation in your family. This is it. It doesn't always come how we expect. But it always comes right on time. This is heaven's answer, wrapped in a form that demands courage. And you have it. Even if you don't feel it right now. You have what it takes. Your son is becoming more than what was done to him. More than what he feared. More than what he hid. And you are a part of that becoming. Not as an observer, but as a guide. You will see him walk into places that once scared him. You will see him rise. You will see him speak, and people will listen. Because truth, once released, cannot be caged again. The ones who misunderstood him will fall silent. The ones who whispered will wonder how he survived. But you will know. Because you were there. You saw the cracking. You will witness the rising. You will understand what it means when heaven gives beauty for ashes. This isn't the end. It's the unveiling. And what is being uncovered is glorious. Your son was never meant to hide forever. He was made to shine. And now he will. Because you are choosing love over fear. Light over silence. Faith over shame. This message is for you. And if you are reading this right now, it is not by accident, not by coincidence, not by mere alignment of time and thought. Something from the heavens has opened a portal, and the voice of the Spirit has whispered to you to look here, because what you are about to read is not ordinary. It is divine, it is prophetic, it is a current that will carry your soul to places it has not been. You may tremble. You may cry. But you will come face to face with something that has been concealed, buried under silence, under smiles, under expectations and assumptions. This is about your son. And you are not ready. But heaven has waited long enough, and now, finally, God is exposing your son. Your son is not what you thought. You cannot believe what is true. But truth must come now, even if it arrives with trembling hands and thunder in its mouth. It begins quietly, like the wind that enters the window after midnight, brushing against the curtains of your understanding. You raised your son. You fed him, you cried over him, you sacrificed for him in ways that even you have forgotten. You prayed when he was sick, you rejoiced when he smiled, and you looked to him as if he were a piece of your own soul carved into flesh. But time is a river that doesn't ask permission before it bends. Your son has changed. But not in the way everyone talks about when they say someone has grown. Something else has wrapped around his life like a vine, a thing unseen by many eyes but not invisible to the heavens. There are things he has said in secret that would silence you if you heard them aloud. There are places he has gone when no one was watching, and conversations he has had that even the walls could not echo back. You love him. But even love does not blind the all-seeing eye of truth. And now it is time for you to know. There is something that happened to your son that you never saw. He was younger. He was tender. He was unsure of the world and unsure of himself. And someone entered his life, someone who planted shadows in his mind. It wasn't your fault. You weren't there. You were doing your best. But your absence in those moments did not stop the seed from being buried. And it grew. Quietly. Inwardly. It distorted things. It twisted the image of love and loyalty and safety inside him. He smiled at you, but he didn't understand you. He listened to your words, but he held his heart at a distance. He admired your strength, but he feared you would never truly see him. He felt like a ghost living in the home of the